So I wanted to talk about these flame-like particle effects and how to make them. Basically, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your NI particles data and you want to turn on vertex colors, and then you just want to say yes, and then really this doesn't matter what these colors are because we're going to change them anyways through a different means. And then you just want to make sure you just update this. And then what you want to do next is you want to go down to your particle system controller and you want to turn on extras. So particle extras. So this is just a straight line of particles emitting upwards. So we have zero vertical direction and zero angle, um, zero pretty much everywhere around. We're using size 1 and we're using lifetime as 1 as well. You can change this. It'll just change the height of the flame basically. So we'll go with 1 for now. We can go 1.5. It doesn't really change too much. And then what we do from there is we want to add the Ni particle color modifier. And what this is going to do is it's just going to change the particles at different times using the Ni color data. So we want to change our keys to something like 2. And this is going to be 2 keys. And the first key will be the base, where the particles are starting at 0 seconds. And then the second key will be the time towards the end of the lifetime, which will be white. So that creates this darkness down here and this light up here. I'll show you what the vertex colors does. If we turn them off, we can't get that color gradient going. It will just be the same color with white in the middle using this color right here, I believe it is. Maybe not. Anyways, it's not really, doesn't really matter. But if you turn on your particles data, we'll just go to the vertex color, we'll turn that back on and update. And that will be fine. And then the texture I'm using right now is VFX Fireball 01. Another one I like is the lightning texture. So you have the lightning rod texture, not this one. Not sure which one it is. I had one that was looking fairly good. And so we can try a couple other textures. So there's this flame texture like that. That's kind of blocky. You could change the buffering and maybe it would work out, but usually it's these nicer textures that will get you that more of that flame look, especially the more circular textures and with some alpha. And we'll go back to the color data and we'll just show you how this will change. So if we change it to red, the bottom part will be red and we get this white flame towards the top, which, could be useful for some things. Black just kind of makes it blend into the background and makes it more translucent. And then some things you can do to adjust the flame height is adjust the frequency. The lower it is, the slower it will go. The height should be the same, I guess. I'm using 5. And then speed will definitely change the height size because the lifetime will be shorter and we can get this shorter flame. And then I'm using 10 emit rate. If you go with 5, you'll have more ripples in the color, like the spaces between the particles will be more visible. So you might want more of a flicker and that could help you do that. But yeah, that's the Ni particle color modifier, and this is kind of how you make a flame. If you really want to get a more accurate flame, like the ones on the candle and Morrowind, like these ones sitting right on the desk right here, what you can do is you can just open. So we'll just go light 6 candle, and then if you press play, you'll be able to see the texture right here. To replace that, just so you can see the flame more visibly, we're just going to go find the light texture. So we have the particle node, and then we're going to need the texturing data for that. So we have the texturing property, and we'll just find fire. We want TX fire alpha. And then we just want to check the end on that. TX fire alpha 02. So this would be the texture for that flame. This is the 6 house flame, and then you can grab the modifiers off this, or you could just take the nibs particle node and you can just copy and paste it and move it where you want it, and then you just got to make sure that the emitter is proper on the particle system controller. So there would be the emitter right here is number 2. So it would be this nibs animation node right here, which uses slight translation, I guess, to make the flame go like this at the top. But anyways, that's how you can try to figure out how to make a flame or just copy one instead. Hopefully that helped.